L.A.B. Meet your man, Louie T. Welcome to Lockdown Coverage Week number 9 in the National Football League. Arizona Cardinals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. A little bit of AFC West family business. You know how the family do it. And I thought I knew, but I had no idea that Pierre Garçon was going to be out. That was a huge blow to this 49ers offense that is already bad in itself. You take away the best thing that they got offensively, and I'd say that that's almost a death sentence for them. And then on top of matters, you can't stop the run. The one thing the Arizona Cardinals have left, we saw the blueprint for completely wiping them off the map. That blueprint was given to us by the Los Angeles Rams. Take away their run game and make Drew Stanton beat you. And they stand no chance. And you let them come in and do the one thing that's going to beat you. Run the football. So you deserve to be 0-9. I don't have a lot of things to say about the 49ers because my mom once told me, you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I don't have a lot to say about the San Francisco 49ers today. So this is pretty much going to be about the Arizona Cardinals and their ability to go on the road, get it done, sweep the 49ers. So they're done with the soft part of their NFC West schedule. They're now 4-4 after this one. And I still don't think they have a shot in hell of making the playoffs. But like I challenged them, what was it, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago when they got their ass whooped over in London. If you're serious about having a season, go beat a team that's actually good in your division. Not the 49ers. Don't go beat up on the little sisters of the poor and then come back to me smiling like you did something. You were supposed to beat them. You did what 8 teams did before you or 7 teams did before you. You beat the San Francisco 49ers. They're 0-9 now. You beat them twice. 8 other teams beat them before you. 7 other teams. You did what everybody else has done this season. Good for you. The real challenge is go beat a team that's quote-unquote better than you. You don't think they're better than you? Prove it. They're coming to your crib, your house on Thursday, short week, quick turnaround. Go beat the Seattle Seahawks. Like I said the same thing to the Arizona Cardinals. And every time I say this, they go out and they lay an egg. So I pretty much think I know who the Arizona Cardinals are, especially without Carson Palmer, which I even hate saying that because he wasn't even that good. But he was better than Drew Stanton. He gave you a realistic shot. He's a real NFL starting quarterback. Stanton is a good, quality NFL backup quarterback. I like Drew Stanton a lot. There are about 7 to 8 quality backup quarterbacks in this league, like guys that you can win 3 or 4 games with as a backup quarterback if you surround them with all the requisite parts necessary to get it done. Drew Stanton is one of them. But make no mistake about it, Drew Stanton is a backup for a reason. And there will be times where he'll show you why he's a backup. And if you ask him to do too much, that's when he'll prove to you that he's a backup. Well, he didn't have to do too much in this game. And at points, I thought he tried to do too much. And Bruce Arians can't help himself. He likes to throw the football. So he's going to ask Drew Stanton to do some things that most coaches probably wouldn't be as comfortable asking Drew Stanton to do. But in typical Bruce Arians fashion, he doesn't give a damn. So he's throwing it late in the ball game on 3rd and 7. For what? Why? Why stop the clock? For what? Because you want to end the game? It's Drew Stanton. You're not ending the game. You're prolonging it. Run the damn ball. Get the game over with. Anyway, Adrian Peterson went nuts. Adrian Peterson. I'm glad he found a home in a location where he could get the necessary touches that he still deserves. There are only like 3 teams that would give him the opportunity, with old head coaches who don't know any better. Bruce Arians and Chuck Pagano are probably one of 2, maybe 3 locations where he could still get the football the way that he's getting it in Arizona. Not many teams would give him an opportunity to carry the football 37 times in this game. What was it? Some ridiculous number like that. Even young, spry, workload, workhorse aren't getting 37 carries in a game. The only guy that's getting those kind of numbers anymore in this league is Le'Veon Bell. And that's because the Steelers are just ignorant. They got a backup running back they could split those carries up with. They're just ignorant. But in any event, hats off to the Cardinals for doing what they were supposed to do. They went to Arizona, San Francisco, got a win. It wasn't the prettiest. They made it a lot harder than it needed to be. But when it was all said and done, they made the plays necessary. They got the job done. They win the game 20-10. They get back to 500, which all of these things are important because with this win, you put yourself back in a position where Thursday night means something. That's a meaningful football game. At home versus a 5-3 Seattle Seahawks team coming off of a really, really heartbreaking, gut-wrenching loss versus the Redskins. They're desperate for one because the Rams are 6-2 and they're not playing around. So Seattle knows they can't afford to lose to Arizona on Thursday Night Football. Arizona knows if they want to have a season, they want to have any chance to make the postseason, they're going to have to at some point beat the Rams and or the Seattle Seahawks. Can't get swept by both of them and expect to do anything. Got to beat one of them, right? Right. Because beating one of them at least once will get you to 3-3 in the division and give you a shot to do something this year if you beat some other teams. But if you get swept by both the Seahawks and the Rams, you're done. And the Rams and the Seahawks both know that. So they're looking to sweep Arizona. And if you're going to win a game, if you're Arizona, probably going to be at home versus one of those teams. Here's your opportunity, one of two chances to beat one of those two teams at your crib. This is a big one. So I'm looking forward to this one, Thursday Night Football. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Crowd's going to be lit. I'm excited to see what happens in that football game. I can tell you this much. Seattle Seahawks not going for Adrian Peterson. They're going to take him away. I can tell you that right now. So Drew Stanton better be ready to make something happen because they are not going for the Adrian Peterson show. They are not going for it. He'll look more like the Adrian Peterson we saw over in London versus the Rams. Like 11 carries for 17 yards. It's going to be something to that effect. So Drew Stanton better be ready, locked and loaded and ready to fire. Because those boys are going to shut your run game down, make you one-dimensional, and force Drew Stanton to beat you. And if he can, then we got a good one on our hands. If he can't, we got a long one on our hands. As for the 49ers quickly in the game, I really don't, like I said, I don't have a lot to say. I don't. Like, they just frustrate me. Just watching them frustrates me. They just can't do the simple things right. The little things. You get a stop early in the game after Arizona looked like they were going to go get some points. They miss a field goal, give you great field position. You get a couple of nice completions. You feel good about yourself. Carlos Hyde is running well. And then Kyle Juszczyk fumbles. Fighting for extra yards. Where you going? It's 6 Cardinals tackling you. You want to be a tough guy? Dígame. You kidding me or what, man? Where you going? At some point, you got to know when to say when. So they take the ball from you because you don't know when to say when. They'll take it from you. So you know when to say when. Trying to get back in the game late, 20-10. Late game drive, trying to make this thing interesting. Still got some timeouts left. Maybe you can make a ball game of it. C.J. Beathard throws the football off of his offensive lineman's helmet into the hands of Carlos Dansby. Are you kidding me? Really? Hey, you want to know why you 0-9? Seriously? That's how you throw the game away once and for all? That's what you do? Jesus Christ. Anyway, Carlos Hyde was everything. Run it with Carlos. Throw it to Carlos. The only thing keeping me from just totally giving up on the 49ers this year, one, you play the Giants next week. I want to pick you to win that game at home. The Giants look like they've quit. But I don't trust this 49ers team. At least the Giants have won this season. Two, there's still the Jimmy Garoppolo hope. When will we see him? I have no idea. All right. We may not see him until week 13, for all I know. He's got to get time to get acclimated. The most likelihood is we'll see him after the bye week. You play the Giants and then you got to bye. In my mind, that'll give them 2 weeks to prepare for whoever's next on the schedule, and it'll give them some time to put some things in that Jimmy's comfortable with. And so, in my estimation, the first time we'll see Jimmy Garoppolo this season will be week 12. Because you got a week 10 game versus the Giants. You're going by for a week 11. You come off the bye week 12. That's when we should see Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the only thing stopping me from totally giving up on this 49ers team altogether this season. And just saying, you're not winning a game this year because you stink. But Jimmy Garoppolo could come in and change the game. So I reserve judgment on just how bad the 49ers are until I see Garoppolo. If he stinks, then this is a winless team because he's the last hope you got. Because you would have won a game if you would have held on to Billy Ho. You would have won a game by now. C.J. Beathard stinks. He's a backup quarterback in this league. Billy Ho's a backup quarterback. But at least I know what I'm getting with Billy Ho. Billy Ho would have probably led you to a win versus these Cardinals right here. He probably would have won this game for you right here. But that's no here. But he would have needed Pierre Garçon to do that as well. Let's not get it twisted. That's no here nor there. Bottom line, Cardinals get it done 20-10. Win the football game. I thought Stanton made some good throws in this game. Did some good things at times. Did throw a pick. He did complete 50% of his passes, which is never good. But the run game was dominant. Carlos Dansby looked good again. He's an ageless wonder, isn't he? Had a late game interception to clinch it. Jesus. 49ers stink. Let's get to some comments quickly. All right. B says, now we have swept the Niners 3 years straight. That's terrible. B says, the real test is Thursday. Just said that. B said, the defense stepped up. 18 quarterback hits, 5 sacks. Reese says, I apologize for going off on a rant earlier. I made that video go on way longer than it had to. Sorry if I set you back. My bad, bro. You're good. You already told me yesterday I need this video for therapy, so I knew what was coming. B says, and that is a big if we manage to win on Thursday, what do you think our chances are possibly making a run for the playoffs? We can have a conversation, a serious conversation, if you beat Seattle on Thursday. I will entertain that conversation. I have not entertained that conversation with you all season long. You beat Seattle, and the floor is yours, my man, on Thursday Night Football overtime. We will have a serious conversation about your team having a legitimate shot at winning the, or not winning, making the playoffs. We will have a discussion, BE. I promise you. We will have that discussion, especially if you win the game running the football, which I think that's the only way you're going to win the game, unless Seattle turns it over 4 times and you somehow come out with a 12-10 victory. But if you beat Seattle and you run the football effectively, we will have that discussion. I promise you, BE. Lou, why start C.J. Beathard? I know Garoppolo just got there, but he couldn't have been much worse. No, you can't start Garoppolo. He doesn't know the offense. You don't want to put him out there, though. The one thing you don't want to do to a quarterback that you just traded for is destroy his confidence before you even get a chance to build it up. Did you hear how many times C.J. Beathard got hit? He said 18 quarterback hits, 5 sacks. You don't put a guy that you just traded for, that you have confidence in, that you want to believe in, that you want to be your franchise guy. You don't send him out there for that onslaught. with no game plan, because there's only so much he could retain in a little bit of time that he was there. So I don't expect to see him against the Giants next week either. Not unless C.J. Beathard gets injured. But if C.J. Beathard is able to make it through the entire game, you won't see Garoppolo till week 12, and that's the right thing to do. You won't see him until after the bye week. They would have had time to put in a game plan that he's comfortable with. They'll have time to give him some plays and things that he can digest, and they'll put together a specific game plan that will give him a chance to succeed. That's when you'll see him. B says, that shot for 52 yards to John Brown was maybe one of his best throws I've seen. Was that the first one of the game, right? First play of the game. Down the sidelines. That's the one you're talking about, right? I think. B says, giving AP the ball 37 times with a game on Thursday worries me. I didn't love that either, knowing that you got a quick turnaround, but it is what it is. I don't think that's going to stop them from giving him the football another 30 times if they need to. In their mind, they're going to say, hey, this is what you signed up for, 1, and 2. Hey, guess what? You got 10 days off now to feel better for our next game. So we'll see what happens. B says, we are 2-1 in the division right now. I'm hoping to make it 3-1 after Thursday. And we still play the Rams once in Seattle, plus this game on Thursday. Absolutely. You swept the 49ers. You lost to the Rams. So you still got 3 games in the division. As I said, you have to beat one of them at least once. If you go 3-3 in the division, you got a shot to make the playoffs. But if both of those teams sweep you, which I think they will, if both of these teams sweep you, you're not going anywhere but home. So this is a big one. B says, if that Niner receiver isn't that fast, Peterson is running that. Yeah, Goodwin is a track guy. He's a world-class athlete in terms of speed. So, yeah, he ran down Pat P for that fumble. No doubt. Reese says, the San Francisco OE Niners. B says, congratulations to Dansby for joining the 40-20 club with his 20th career interception. That guy is amazing. Eagle Speed says, bold prediction, Browns and 49ers will both go 0-16. I wish they were playing each other. Somebody's got to win a game, man. Both of those teams just make me sick to my stomach watching them sometimes. Reese says, they call them the 49ers because they can't even get to the 50-yard line. And Reese says, I feel bad for Pierre. Don't feel bad for him. He made that decision to go there. He chased the money. Don't feel bad for him. He went and got himself a lucrative payday. He knew what he was doing. Don't shed a single tear for that man. And on that note, that's going to do it for your man Louie T here on Lockdown Coverage. Cardinals get the win. Quick turnaround Thursday night. Seattle Seahawks coming to town. Big game. 4-4 Seahawks, 5-3. 4-4 Cardinals, 5-3 Seahawks. That's going to be a dandy. Can't wait to lay eyes on that one. But first, we got to get through Monday Night Football. Packers at home at Lambeau hosting the Detroit Lions. Hey, if they can't get Brett Hundley up to speed tonight, I'm banking on the fact that they're going to get him up to speed. If they can't get him up to speed tonight, if Mike McCarthy can't get him up to speed tonight and make him look like a viable NFL quarterback, the Packers are done-ski for the remainder of the season. That's my bold prediction. If he doesn't look right tonight, if he doesn't look like a real NFL quarterback after the bye week, 2 weeks to prepare, then the Packers are done-ski. In any event, I'll see you after that game has met its conclusion for Monday Night Football overtime. Thank you for joining me here on Lockdown Coverage. Cardinals get the win 20-10. Now they got a big one on Thursday night as they've gotten back to 500 at 4-4. 49ers 0-9. Look, if you can't beat the Giants next week, I don't know what to tell you. We'll see what happens. In any event, I'll see you guys after Monday Night Football. Have a good one. Enjoy the game.